Hi everybody, it's Dana. Today I want to talk about beauty standards in Japan versus in America. And I'm not really saying that one is better than the other. I just want to talk about how they're different and my own personal opinions about them. So let's get started. Number one, having white skin or being tan. Of course, beauty standards in every country are different, and I knew that before I came to Japan, but it was a little bit shocking when I first came here. Certain compliments that people would give me just did not make any sense to my American perception it just didn't make any sense. So one of those compliments was always that my skin is so white. That compliment, that my skin is so white, was strange to me because in America, the beauty ideal is to have tan skin, if you're a white person. In a way, it kind of makes sense if you think about the history of it. In the past, in European history or in the past in America, having white skin was also the beauty ideal, just like in Japan, because rich people could stay inside all the time. They didn't have to do farming and manual labor outside in the sun. So that's why generally that, white skin is seen as more beautiful in the past. So nowadays, if you have money, you can go on vacation to tropical places and tan in the sun. So now having tan skin is seen as a rich person's thing. So the beauty standard has flipped. So especially when I was a little kid, being tan was, everyone wanted to be tan. There were tanning salons everywhere. My sister would always go tanning. And I know my skin looks pretty white now, but when I was a kid, I was super tan. And so people thought it was a good thing. Like, oh, she's healthy, she's always outside. I mean, I guess to a certain extent, but also tanning damages your skin. So I think the Japanese beauty ideal of having white skin is actually more healthy when you think about it, because you're not damaging your skin tanning. So I'm surprised by the extent that people go to keep white skin. So for example, wearing long sleeves in the summer, or wearing like extra sleeves to cover their arms when they're outside, or wearing, hats that cover your face, with a visor and that kind of thing, to really keep the sun off their skin. That's not something you see in America. So that was a bit surprising at first. I guess I prefer the Japanese standard of having really white skin personally, but I mean, I don't really care. Like, I kind of wish that everyone would just embrace the skin tone that they were born with. I don't know why, like, everyone has to be so concerned about getting tan or getting whiter skin. Like, just embrace it. Like, I guess the annoying thing here is that so many skincare products have whitening, and I'm always scared that they're going to whiten my freckles. Like, I don't want to hide my freckles. I don't want to fade away my freckles. I just, I want them to be noticeable. I like them. So that's one downside of the Japanese white skin beauty standard. Number two, skinny body types versus curvy body types. In Japan, the body type ideal that people strive for is to be really skinny. I mean, you'll see this everywhere. Every famous woman, singer, actress, almost any famous woman is really skinny, with the exception of comedians. Comedians can be fat, because I think their being fat is part of the comedy to Japanese people, which is very strange to me as an American. Like, being fat is just something that some people are. Like, it's not a bad thing or a good thing, it just is. So it's very strange that, like, being fat is something to laugh at here, it seems like. Maybe it's changing. I hope it's changing. But it does seem like you're either skinny and sexy or you're fat and funny, and there's no overlap, which is kind of tragic. So in America, the ideal body type is curvy. When I was a kid, it was really skinny too, but it's changed a lot in my lifetime. So now it's more curvy. Yeah, the ideal is to have like big thighs and butt. Of course, always the ideal is to have a smaller stomach, but it's not as strict, it's not as skinny as the Japanese standard. Personally, this is what I prefer. I think curvy women look better in my personal opinion. I do wish that Japan would have more diversity in body types that are considered attractive. Number 3, face shape. Okay, there's a lot of things in this category, but basically, let me start with the compliment. Your face is small. I heard that so much when I first moved to Japan. The first time I heard it, I was like, excuse me? Like, what? Your face is small? What does that even mean? Like, I just imagined the meme, which Tomo, please paste in, of like when someone's like face is like super small and the rest of their head is normal sized. That's what I imagined that they were saying to me. Like, I had no idea what else it could mean. Still to this day, I'm still a bit confused like what it means, because we do not have that concept in America. You do not even think about the size of people's faces. It's not a thing. So I have come to understand that it basically means that your face is like, you have delicate features. You don't have a like sharp jaw or cheekbones or anything. You just have a delicate face. I don't know how else to put it because it's really hard to translate into English. It just doesn't make sense. But in fact, the beauty standard in America is kind of the opposite. In America, women with strong cheekbones, strong jaw, that's what's considered attractive. So for example, like if you think of like Angelina Jolie or Jennifer Lawrence, right? They have like pretty prominent cheekbones. That's what is generally considered attractive in America. For example of a conventionally attractive Asian woman to Americans, so in Squid Game, the actress who plays Kang Se-byuk, she's conventionally attractive to, I think, most Americans. And she also has strong cheekbones and a strong jaw. So that's, I don't know why, but yeah, that's what Americans really like. The other thing that was actually really shocking to me is how much Japanese women want to have futae. That's not a thing that American women think about, I think. Like, I don't think about like if a woman has like a monolid or double eyelid or whatever it's called, like, I don't know, it's just strange. But the fact that some women have surgery to get a double eyelid was just so crazy to me. It's also surprising because recently in America, I think that there's been this strange trend called fox eye, where white or like not Asian women try to have like Asian shaped eyes with the way they do their makeup and stuff. And so I don't know, it's so strange. Basically, like all the time, like we want to have what we don't have. Like in Japanese beauty standard or in American beauty standard, it's always like wanting to have what you don't naturally have. The last point about face shape that is different is about noses. So when I first got to Japan, people would tell me like, your nose is really high, and I had no idea what that meant. Like, I was imagining like all of my nose is high on my face, whatever that means. But I think it means the bridge of your nose is high, like this way, which is not a compliment in America. But again, it's about wanting what you don't have, I suppose. And also big noses in Japan are popular. And in America, it's the opposite. Like having a big nose is a bad thing, which I don't agree with. I think big noses look nice. Like, I love Lady Gaga's nose. I think it makes her face look even better. So I had a friend in Japan who had a big nose, and he went on a lot of dates with Japanese women, and he told me that they would always say like, wow, your nose is so big. Which to an American is like so insulting. Do not say that to non-Japanese people because it sounds so rude. So that was 3 things that Japanese and American people think totally differently about in regards to beauty standards. Let me know in the comments if the beauty standards in your country are similar or different. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.